Hello everybody, Jerry the Filmmaker here. Today we're going to be doing a reaction video. Decided why not try to do some of this on the channel, get something going. I know I haven't uploaded in a while on the channel. It's been so busy with a lot of different things, but I'm back. Today we're going to be watching a video called, if I can scroll, there you go. Scary ghost videos that will make your heart stop. It's by Ghoulman. Link to the original video being in the description down below. Let's go ahead and make a note of add that link in there so I can find it. Now, without further ado, this is a 2-hour video. Obviously, we're not going to watch the whole thing. Let's go ahead and begin.
The following clip is about a woman who goes by the nickname SB Pot Clips and how she always brushed off her partner's claims about their house. Claims of footsteps echoing in empty hallways, lights flickering even after the bulbs were replaced, and objects shifting ever so slightly from where they'd been left. Whenever he tried to explain what he saw, she'd laugh it off, making jokes at his expense. But on this particular day, the tables turned. Watch this.
Hey. Hold on, I'm trying to fix my hair because... Y'all, you know it's not no AC in here, and I was just doing push-ups. He need to return that jacket and use that $1,000 to get this AC fixed. I'm just kidding. Hey. Hey. I'm too loud?
It closed?
Yeah. I thought you closed it.
Did it close on its own?
It's a ghost?
If you're a believer in the paranormal, you are...
Imagine being able to build an app with your name on it, just by thinking about it. Meet Base 44, a complete AI creation platform.
You already know, doors closing on their own are never a good sign. After this incident, she finally
Alright, so with the door closing, he could have been in on it. He could have pulled it with a string, but on the off chance that he didn't, what this could be is something called a poltergeist. This one's more like angrier. It has more the ability to mess with objects. Like this shirt I was looking for the video. We're just actually, like, let's say that I wasn't even here and this just started going across the screen like it was over here, and all of a sudden just not like that, like just like flings across the screen, kind of like that. I could see her recording, and it was something like that. Now, I am a believer in the paranormal. I've experienced some of the craziest things in my time being around the paranormal and growing up living in haunted houses throughout my life. I lived in the first place I ever remember living and is a haunted house, and in that house I was attacked by a demon, like physically. It was on top of me, and I remember that so vividly. That gave me a lot of starting trauma that I kind of still live with to this day. It's not like sadness kind of trauma, it's more like fear trauma. That like I can't go into I can go into certain places, but I'm always on edge looking around like, what if I see this thing again? Like, what if I see it peeking out of the shadows or something? It's all like always looking around. And then, ever since then, I've been able to sense whenever there's paranormal presences around. Basically, what that means is, ever since that incident, I've been a sensitive, which is a type of it's a type of sixth sense. I can't see them or hear them, but I can feel them when they're around. Only thing is, when you feel them, you don't know exactly where. You just know it's somewhere nearby. You just know that they're in the vicinity, and to record every possible angle and area to get them. Anyways, I don't want to do the whole video talking. Let's get back into this.
To realize that what was happening inside their home might be far more serious than she ever imagined. Hopefully, they can get to the bottom of it before things escalate further. But at the very least, her husband is relieved, because now he doesn't have to do all the convincing on his own. In this next clip, a woman's CCTV camera captured something she never expected to see in her own home. Have a look. Now, to give you some context, this wasn't the first unusual thing to happen here. In the weeks leading up to this night, she had reported strange disturbances. Faint knocks echoing through quiet rooms, toys shifting slightly on their own, and even whispers faintly picked up by baby monitors when no one was near them. But what the footage revealed that night was on a completely different level. What you just saw wasn't an innocent child tossing in bed. The boy was clearly being dragged by something unseen. So, was that a ghost? And most importantly, what could possibly drive one to drag a child in such a way?
So, what I am seeing there, I don't believe any parent would subject their kid to anything terrifying or try to scare the kid in any way. But what would do that is a demonic entity. It is like a poltergeist. The only difference is that a poltergeist is something that was once human. That was like once angry, evil as a human being, or something that died and still does a lot of evil stuff, even when dead. A demonic entity is something that never was human, that never walked the earth as a human being. Now, if you look at the cases of demonic possession, one thing that you start to know, one thing you notice that is common with every case is that the body is decaying. It seems to be getting skinnier, becoming a shell of what it once was. And that's because our human bodies can't support the soul of a demonic entity, because there's nothing good about it. There's nothing pure about it. with demonic entities, they're born out of pure evil. Like Satan, he was made out of pure evil. Nothing good about him. So when you get that mixed in with a demonic entity coming into somebody, it starts to affect the body. The bruises that you see on people, is it effectively hurting your body from the inside out, because the human body can't hold that entity within it, because it's just how spoiled or how rotten it is. It's almost like a poison, like an infection. When we get an infection in our body tries to fight it and get it out. And like with cancer or whatnot, the cancer itself doesn't make us weak or anything, but it does eat at us. And it's like that's a kind of what a demonic entity is. It's like a cancer, it eats at you, slowly kills you. So it's like, it's terrifying to think of. That's why my voice kind of sounds like a little shaky.
This next clip is about a couple who had been living through something no one would want to experience. For months, they reported hearing
This game, you're not ready for it.
terrifying banging sounds inside their home, always at odd hours and always loud enough to shake them to their core. Imagine being fast asleep, only to wake up to something that sounds like a shotgun going off inside your own house. Well, that's exactly what they've been dealing with for months. But one particular night, something unusual happened, and they weren't inside this time. But what they captured that night was unlike anything before. Watch this.
I hear it banging like in his house, and so we came outside. That's how crazy it is.
I don't want to do that. This is intense.
Sorry, when they start throwing shit, we're out of here.
Yeah, no,
yeah.
we...
Oh! Here's the glass.
Oh, fuck. Oh
Yeah.
my god.
Yeah, we're...
Yeah, the neighbor came over and was like,
I know.
are there people in there? They're like, someone's knocking on our... And I was like, no, like, I think it might be the vibration from this.
Yeah.
They're all outside, right?
Yeah, we're all outside.
Oh, good, okay.
Well, they were when I walked up here.
Oh,
Just make sure you guys are okay.
yeah, we're good. Oh, you can see the glass, like, sparkling on the sidewalk from, like, the window.
Someone's gonna call a cop.
I know, that's what I'm scared.
This time, the noise didn't just echo through the house. It left behind serious damage. Furniture was overturned, items were smashed, and the entire scene looked as if someone, or something, had lashed out in anger. For the first time, the couple called the police, hoping for answers, but while the investigation is still ongoing, the couple can't shake the feeling that what they're up against is far from ordinary. Until the authorities come up with an explanation, this one remains unresolved.
So, this is more for the people who recorded that video, if they're watching. I don't think they are, but if they are, if this is something paranormal, if it's gotten that bad to where you can hear the ruckus even from outside the house, and it's making that much of a ruckus, I think it's safe to say that your house needs an exorcism. Only problem is that exorcisms don't really happen that much anymore these days. So you have to go through sources of somebody who would want to do it. Or try to find a way to cleanse the house. I'm speaking from the point of view of a Christian, because I'm a Christian. And, I use sage. And sage just seems to help calm things down in the house. Not permanently, it calms it down for a bit. But things still do happen. I still have my sage somewhere. I believe it's up there on the shelf. But anyways, you may want to get some sage or something and just kind of do some smudging around the doors, kind of say a little something. It doesn't have to be a prayer or anything. It just has to be something letting the demons know. Because if you're not a Christian, if you don't follow those things, there's always some things you can say to help along the lines of cleansing, like this is my safe thing. You can say something like, I cast you out, O evil one. This is my safe place. My safe something. You can say something along the lines of, this is my safe place. My safe zone. You are not welcome. You can just let them know that they are not welcome. This is my safe place. You may leave while smudging some sage around and whatnot, and it helps. It should help. And if it doesn't, if it does die down a bit, all I can say is that be prepared. Because you never know if it's going to come back with a vengeance or if it's going to be gone. So I say kind of stay alert. Just keep on with your normal day-to-day things. And if it does come back with a vengeance, I say even if you're not really religious, just try to seek some religious help. See what that does. If it helps. Now, I'm going to let you know this is just a suggestion. You don't have to. Whatever path you decide to choose in helping get rid of the spirits that's in your house, that's all up to you. I am a paranormal investigator. I listen to people's requests of how they want to deal with the spirits, which way they feel comfortable going about cleansing their house or whatnot, if they want to go a religious way or if they want to go their own certain ways that doesn't take them into those kind of ways. I'm completely understanding of that. But one thing I always do with my group is, I pray over them for protection. Like I said, I am religious, so that's what I do. Everybody has their own things that they do, and that's okay. We were all made with the gift of free will. Anyways, I am talking too long, I think. Let's continue.
You must have heard many people talk about ghost swings before, and there are countless clips online of playground swings moving on their own, even when there's no one around. In one case, a swing in Argentina kept moving back and forth for nearly 10 minutes while locals gathered around, stunned, and even tried to stop it, only for
That was weird. I swear I just heard some talking. Anyways.
Keep swinging harder. Well, this next video is about another ghost swing encounter. Watch this.
Swing for me. See the swing by itself. And two ghosts. Some of the time you see nobody, I show you. Nobody at the playground and the swing by itself. Well, you see swing for me and see swing. You see the two ghosts. Child ghosts. Swing by itself. I never swing.
If there's anything I know, there's no wrong way. As long as it's...
Swing some more.
That just got me thinking about something. I saw Louise Goodman in an ad, and I started thinking about the show Wednesday. Now, let me know in the comment section down below what you think about that show. Me personally, I like it. It's a good show. Yeah, I'm a fan of Tim Burton's work. I've watched Night Before Christmas, which is a classic film. Big classic film. I watched The Corpse Bride. Watch the Johnny Depp, Charlie and the Chocolate Factory. Well, he was in. I watched Edward Scissorhands. I believe that's a Tim Burton film. Yeah. Anyways, I got a side rant. Let's get back into the video. I wanted to point out something in the video, though. There's a swing here. You can see my mouse and the screen right over here. I think this one's moving a little bit. Watch.
You see swing by itself.
Now, here's where the debate gets interesting. Believers argue that playgrounds are liminal spaces, filled with children's laughter and energy, making them perfect places for spirits to linger. Some even claim that the spirits of children who passed away tragically might be drawn to swings because they represent innocence, play, and freedom. For them, these videos are undeniable proof that something from the other side is making contact. On the other side, skeptics insist it's all just physics. They point to hidden gusts of wind, uneven swing chains, or even the way certain swings are designed to move longer once disturbed. To them, it's not paranormal. It's just the natural world playing tricks on us. So what do you think? Do ghosts actually ride swings, or is this all just a big misconception?
It's hard to say. It could have just been wind. It's hard to say because the video was so shaky. However, I want to say that about the point that that children who pass away are connected to swings and whatnot, because they represent that. I mean, I understand that. However, when people pass away, they're usually drawn to things they're more familiar with, that they had a strong connection with in their life, whether it be someone in their family, someone who's not in the family, or a certain object or a place. So yeah, they could very well be drawn to playgrounds. Now, such as kids. It could be adults as well who've passed away and felt a sense of connection, of happiness and freedom in something like a playground. Who stick around kind of those places in their afterlife. I wanted to check this out real quick. Okay. Let's go.
In this next clip, Brent was inside a mall at around 4 a.m., a time when no one should have been there. No shoppers, no employees.
Quick question, guys. if you want to see a video of me trying to stay overnight in a mall, let me know in the comment section down below. I don't know if I'd do it though. It would be fun to try to get into one and try to stay overnight. Just to see if I can. Well, the thing is, where would I hide? I have to get there sometime before it closes. Not too soon. Like, too soon before it closes, where I have a long stretch of time to wait. You know, just long enough to be able to find a good spot, hide there until it closes, and then go from there. Anyways, let's finish this video.
Nothing but silence and emptiness. Yet, instead of silence, he captured something deeply unsettling. Watch this.
Sorry, I just want to point out I saw a Disney store down here. Anyways.
Now listen closely. Those weren't just random creaks or the sound of a building settling. What Brent recorded echoed through the dark hallways like groans of a child in pain, long and drawn out, scary enough to freeze you in your tracks. Others could say it sounded like a group of people crying together as if mourning, or worse, performing some kind of ritual in secret. There's also the possibility of residual energy. Malls are places where countless emotions, stress, excitement, anger, even desperation, play out every single day. Some paranormal investigators argue that these emotions can sometimes leave behind an imprint, replaying like a recording long after the people are gone. Also, when you combine the timing, 4 a.m., with the nature of the sounds themselves, it becomes hard to dismiss. So was Brent simply in the wrong place at the wrong time, or did he really capture something paranormal? You decide. Sounds themselves sometimes leave behind a day. Stress, of residual.
Need to create more video content, but don't have enough hours in the day? With Animoto, you can create.
I don't care.
Others could say it sounded long. What Brent close.
Alright, listen.
Now listen.
That sounds more like demonic than anything. Do you hear that?
You decide.
I don't know what they're barking about, but I'm not gonna take a look. Let's just finish this video.
The following video is about a lady named Len, who finally found a way to capture the strange things happening in her home. Unlike most people who just happen to catch activity by chance, Len had a problem. Every time she reached for her phone, the activity would stop immediately, as if whatever was in her house knew it was being watched. She tried again and again, but had no proof for her friends, who never believed her whenever she described the scary things she dealt with daily. But on September 27th, 2020, she decided to be sneaky about it, and it turns out that's all she needed to do. Watch this. If you look closely at the very beginning, you can see the top left drawer slide open. And according to Len, that same drawer had been opening and closing on its own before she grabbed her phone, which is exactly why she tried this trick in the first place. And that night confirmed it. Whatever was in her house did not like being watched, but things didn't stay that way for long. A few weeks later, the activity escalated. It was as if the spirit had lost its shyness, no longer caring if Len had her phone in hand. Watch this.
Son of a... I'm telling you, I'm about to lose it. I'm literally, oh my God, I'm freaking out. Please, for just a few minutes, not play with any more toys. I'm trying to make sure my baby's not trying to fall out the screen door, but I'm scared to shut my own front door right now. Because if something else happens, I'm about to get my baby and I'm leaving. I don't know how, because I don't got a car, but I'm going to be walking down the street with my 1-year-old. These toys, okay, I have this TikTok open right now because, hold on a minute, let me get my baby. She's, God almighty. Okay, I wasn't going to post any content tonight because I'm home alone, and I know when I do that, the activity gets worse. But the ghost is playing with toys and stuff, so I was just going to upload this one video and be done. And tell you, story time will be here when my husband gets home. I'm tripping over my words because I'm freaking out. The ghost is playing with the toys. I'm about to show you the video that I just recorded. And then while I had my TikTok open, about to post the one video, that toy over there starts playing by itself. So I'm standing by the front door waiting for something else to happen because I'm about to walk off with my baby. I don't have a car right now, but I'm about to leave. I asked the ghost nicely to stop playing with the one toy. I should have been more specific and meaning like all the baby toys. Please don't play with any of the baby toys. I'm sitting here playing peekaboo with my baby, and one of them toys just went off. I swear if you could hear my heartbeat right now, like I can hear it in my ears right now. I'm alone. I'm not making any kind of content right now because I know what will happen with me at this house by myself. So I'm not doing anything, and it's not helping anyway. I'm pretty sure, God almighty, it was that one. Yep. There's no reason for that to be playing. We've been in here for 2 hours. We got home from dinner about 2 hours ago. We've been in this living room, and that toy has not went off once. So it's not because it's being pressed by that tub, like, oh God. And I don't have a car right now. I can't leave. Like, I would leave right now. This is usually the part where I just ask the ghost to please stop, because it's scaring me. Whoever's doing that, will you please stop? Because I'm here with my baby alone. I can't leave. I'm scared. Please. Just respect that, please. I mean, I let you back in the house. Just please respect that, because I really don't want to get too freaked out. My heart's beating so fast that my baby is kicking, like the one in my belly. So evidently you can hear my heart speed up. So yeah, it just stops. It, for the most part, the ghost will respect what I ask.
So, here's the thing. It's hard to hear the activity going on when she's talking. But I understand. You know, I understand that she's afraid. When you're afraid, you kind of talk a lot. And I'm not afraid, but I'm trying to do a little more, something different with my videos. Anyways, what I'm seeing here with all this is I don't know, it's hard to say. some toys are motion censored now, meaning that even just sitting there unused, they can be activated just by someone's motion. But it doesn't look like these toys are that. I don't know. I lost for words.
People are in my comment section all the time talking about, like, respectful. I mean, like, enough is enough to that.
Childlike spirit, one that seemed drawn to toys and enjoys opening things, which would explain the cabinet situation in her first recording. For a short while, the house went quiet. No activity, no strange toy noises, nothing. Until one night at dinner, she began to feel like she wasn't alone. Not wanting to regret missing her chance, she grabbed her phone before anything happened. This is what she captured.
Okay, if there's one AI site builder you need to meet, it's this dope tech from Wix.
So for future videos, I will have premium, so you won't have to worry about the ads interrupting. Anyways. There's nothing
burn my fucking lasagna. Shit.
At first, it felt like something was tugging on the back of her hair, but then suddenly...
Okay, so that one was mostly eaten. I don't think that pan was still hot, especially in the areas where she was touching. Because heat gets trapped in the area where... Well, I don't know how to explain this. Okay, so this heat. Okay, let's say you have a pan and you have food in there. You take food out of one side, and the area where you have the food, that cools down. Now, I don't know if she had just taken food out of there. She could have, and it's still hot. But she didn't. I mean, it had time to cool down. I'm not sure on any of that. But anyways, let's finish this up.
Wasn't her hair anymore. It was her food. And really, who wants food that's been touched by a ghost? But from there...
People on this app keep asking me to tell stories about, like, stuff that we've seen, ghost stories. So here is the story about when we lived in the most haunted house that I've ever experienced in my life, other than when I got the dolls. This was before I got the dolls. When me and my brother were teenagers, my mom and dad moved us into this huge house. It was like 8 bedrooms. There's only 4 of us. And it was huge. So we had a lot of extra space. And the only reason why we could afford it at the time is because my dad is a painter, and he was going to paint and clean the whole house out because it had been vacant for a really long time. And so we were getting it for really cheap. So when we were out, me and my brother found a wheelchair that we were playing in. It was like old and squeaky. It made a very distinct sound, and it was like super rusted, but it was the one that had like the headrest and like the big armrest and the whole leg part. Like it was a full like bondage type.
By giving them her attention, she's feeding them or even inviting them in. But can talking about spirits, ghosts, and the paranormal really draw them closer? Or is there another explanation for why Len keeps finding herself in the middle of activity? Let me know your thoughts on this.
Alright, so it looks like there's multiple on this. I may have to do another part. This is the end of this first part. I will do a part 2. I know I held up 3 fingers, but it's a part 2 to this. Let's go ahead and finish up number 1.
This next clip is about a hiking trip gone wrong. Joy and her friends were out on the trails, enjoying what was supposed to be a peaceful hike, when suddenly they began hearing strange, unsettling sounds echoing through the woods. Listen closely.
We're frozen here. Because that doesn't sound like coyotes. They got something. Are they getting closer to me? No? A biker just went that way, and the sound got worse.
Now, what makes this even creepier is that many people believe hiking locations, especially those deep in forests or near mountains, are some of the most paranormal hotspots in the world. Why? Because they're often isolated, away from civilization, and in many cultures these places are said to hold spiritual energy or even be sacred grounds. Some legends even warn that spirits linger in the wild, drawn to the silence and remoteness. But, of course, not everyone believes it's paranormal. Some argue the noises could easily belong to animals, perhaps a hunting dog, sled dogs, coyotes, or even wolves. The howls and groans sound canine to some, while others swear there's something about the tone that doesn't sound animal at all, more like a presence calling out from the darkness. So what do you think? Were Joy and her friends surrounded by animals, or did they stumble onto something far more mysterious? You decide. The following
Okie dokie, that's going to be it for this video. Let me pull up the actual webcam for this. Alright, that's going to be it for this video. Hopefully you enjoyed. Now, that was some pretty interesting stuff. Now, half I can't explain, half some can be explainable. Now, whether or not it was real, that is up for all of you guys to decide in the end. But I want to go back to a point I said about cleansing your house and using a religious approach as a second option. Like I said, that is just a suggestion. You don't have to use it. I don't expect you to. All I expect is for you to at least think about it. Ultimately, what you decide in the end is what you decide. And that's the way it goes. And, I'm okay with it. I'm not going to try to stop you or anything. That's your choice. But anyways, with all that being said, I will see you all next video.